Today's first event is sponsored by Kathleen Hulstad Pease. She is the author of Don't Let the Kids Bite the Dog, a memoir. Journeying back in time with Kathleen Hulstad Pease to a less complicated time, it was the 50s in a small North Dakota town. Challenging winters and stifling summers create a community of hardy souls that fill the pages with delightful stories of Kathleen's childhood years, living in the county sheriff's house, complete with a jail and its prisoners. This coming of age tale will make you smile, shed a tear, and escape to another period in time. Don't Let the Kids Bite the Dog is available at Warwick's. The link to buy will be dropped in the comments. Plus, you can get it wherever books are sold. And now, friends, it's time to kick off this year's festival. As Marni mentioned earlier, our theme this year is What the World Needs Now. Here to inspire us and get the day started in style is the immensely talented spoken word artist and Old Globe teaching artist, Gil Soto, along with two teen poet laureates, local poet and teacher Tanya Priputniewicz and poet Marja Balino. Hi, Gil.
Now It's time to introduce Gil, who we've told him that he can never not be our first performer because we just can't kick it off without you.
Yeah. Oh, I'm excited to be here. Oh, go ahead. You were going to say something else?
I said you're our new resident. Well, you've always been our resident poet, so we just appreciate you so much.
Our one and only.
I appreciate the title. So I know we have some youth poets on here, so I want to give them their time to shine. So I'll be brief. I'm only going to do 2 poems, and I was thinking about Marni and Jeniffer had given me the theme of this Writers Fest, which is what the world needs now. And I was thinking, what do I need now besides sleep? Because I work a lot. Last night I was working actually till like 1 a.m. And you know, when I go back and looking at Instagram or Facebook, I always tend to hover the longest at old pictures of my family, and I just realized how quickly things change. I have 3 small children, and so I wrote this poem called Quicker Than a Kiss during the pandemic, just so that I can, in words, remember this moment that was happening where I got to spend a lot of time with my family, and how much of a blessing that is, because now that things are opening up, then I'm gone more and more. So this is called Quicker Than a Kiss, and there's a video of it on YouTube if you guys are interested. We'll never have this again. We will never have this again. You this small and me this strong. You impressed with my ability to simply walk into a room, to turn my legs into animated trees that you can swing from, to reach things on the top shelf, to pee standing up. I build toy kingdoms that you are an expert at Godzillaing your way through. I throw you high into the blue of the afternoon and never miss your descent. Well, just that once, but we ain't telling Mama about that, right? We will never have this again. You believe these hot helicopters over our house are the coolest thing. Me knowing that they are looking for things that I never want you to see. You believing that all asphalts and sidewalks bump and dip and crack like ours. That houses are supposed to have bumps and dips and cracks like ours. Me knowing that 5 to 10 pay grades west, they got streets smoother than a politician's promise. Me promising to get you there someday, baby. Telling you that our rough roads are simply part of the adventure. You believing me. You always believing me. We will never have this again. Me pouring sugar on truth, sugar on your skin. You are cinnamon, baby girl, pure cinnamon. You are caramel, little man. Daddy's hungry. Give me that baby toad to gobble right up. Where you going? Arrgh. Fatherhood is a contract, unwritten, with ink that never dries, with language vastly open to interpretation, on paper, still alive. We are a testament to eternity. And although I will need multiple mental health breaks, it's going to take more of that tantrum of yours to ever make me want to leave your side. It is my job to make sure you inherit less emotional baggage than I had to carry, or at least better prepare you. I take this love seriously, how dangerous this world can be seriously, how beautiful this world can be when we have fun taking it seriously, and we only have these brief moments to get all this done. So on the days I squeeze you longer and tighter than your boundless energy will entertain, just allow me this quiet vulnerability for this moment. We will never have this exact us again. Let's go to the place where you don't hurt and I don't work. The place in the picture we love that freezes the sunlight on our faces and the youth in our bodies. Pause that part of the video in the middle of your dance, mid-thrust, mid-air, offbeat, indivisible, undeniable you and me. And I know we can't stay here forever, little one. Even in this digital age, we get lost in the hard drives of our need for individual ambitions. But for this moment, little one, I am pretending that time passed us by like the turtle-shaped clouds that you like to point out. And now I'm about to gobble them little toes right up. How long will you allow me to be your monster? How long will it take for you to find the sword of puberty and consider me a monster? How many mistakes do I get in raising you, in disappointing your mother? What if I just say no? You're not allowed to leave this moment, to grow into another body, to get too heavy, to lift you over the crowd so that you can see what's coming. And that's still filled with furry neon and sweet things that make your mouth and hands sticky. And I got backpacks and several diaper bags full of sugar, and not that sweet and low stuff either. I'm talking pure cane sugar, sugar on truth, sugar on your skin. You are cinnamon, baby girl, pure, sweet, spicy cinnamon. And I want you to tell that and yell that to any insecurity that questions you. You are caramel, little man. Daddy's hungry. Give me that disillusionment to gobble right up. Kids, we don't have to leave this castle until we want to, okay? Let's just sit here and pretend that time forgot us. Thank you.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Oh my gosh, I'm crying.
Beautiful.
That was beautiful.
Thank you. So I have one more piece. It's also about my family, because I feel like what the world really discovered and and realized is during this pandemic, what we needed now are the people that we really love. When they were taken away from us, if they lived in other places, we realized how important family was. So I want to tell you a little bit about my family. So my grandfather's peach cobbler-filled pancreas had poetry in it. Passed it on to my father, who professed he had no passion to become a page or a prophet. He presented the proposition to me. Now, I went on a pilgrimage to the Middle East. Y'all, I came back so black, I was damn near purple. Passed through the sun and out pops a poet. I'm probably not what you expected. Perhaps if I had a pimp's tongue, I could pull the appreciation out of you. I may be quiet when you're here, but I ain't afraid of you, San Diego Writers Fest. When you leave, I be talking again. My grandmother on my mother's side used to laugh when no one was looking. She was a thug for Jesus when church folks gathered, and she always carried a purse full of candy and condoms. Oh, wait, I'm lying about the last part. One thing my grandma knew how to do was make beautiful babies. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Jeniffer, right? Hey, that's my grandma you're talking about. All about her children. When my aunt, this is a true story, when my aunt, her daughter, died of a broken heart, she also allowed herself to pass through the ether, stating, and I quote, she didn't need to be all alone up there in heaven, as if nobody, not even sweet baby Jesus, could love my auntie the way that she could. See, her love was hard, like skin pulled on drums would beat that ass, if not moving to her rhythm. Believe me, I was a bad kid. I felt it a lot. Her other daughter, my mother, loves fierce like wind through horns and organized chaos like jazz. My love is loud, bells, young, requesting service, needing of attention. I don't know how to love that hard or that fierce yet. On holidays, I find myself reaching for my phone, but I'm more concerned with your status, my status. I keep my family at arm's length with my heart high upon my sleeve, so my heart becomes something that my family could see, but I never let them quite reach it. I'm just trying to learn how to play this game. In 40 plus years of life, the same question still remains. You guys are all writers in here. Maybe you could figure this out for me. How much do you have to love someone just because they bear your same last name? This is not a poem of answers. Shoot, I don't even know if I have the right questions. Ask the same person on a different day and they will tell you family is either a curse or a blessing, right? Sometimes I see people introduce their family through the filter of failures. Have you ever seen that before? Like, oh, that's my cousin Tony over there. He just got out of jail, so watch your purse, sister. Please watch your purse. Oh, that's my friend Victor. He just got a 6-month chip. We praying for him. The blood of Jesus. We praying for him, please. Oh, and then Vanessa's badass kids running around. They don't know who they daddy is. In this, our urban village surrounded by a concrete jungle, family trees get ripped apart in the name of progression. It's like a sacrifice to the god of possessions. Tell me, what leaf is so arrogant to call another leaf damaged when we're all held from the same limb? We're all kissed from the same sun. We're all coming from the same roots. Eventually, all fail, all fall. That's family, a mosaic. You all know what a mosaic is, right? It's those jagged, broken pieces that are only beautiful when you put them together and they're exposed by light. So I often call up my mother and she lights up. I attend one of my sister's events and she shines, and I'm proud as a poet, as a DJ, as a playwright. I try so hard to be a star, to illuminate, when I learn that sometimes I just need to shut the hell up and be someone else's light switch. I wish that love was given easily, like jealousy and resentment, right? I wish that every time I was jealous or resentful, I understood that it was only out of a lack of self-love. But this is not a poem of answers, y'all. Like I said, I don't even know if I have the right questions. All I know for Poetry Fest is that I have a family, and the pain that comes with them and the love that comes with them, from them, be it ever so dysfunctional, there is no place like home. Thank you all. It's been a pleasure being here with you.
Wow.
Gorgeous. I always get something. I always write down one line. Today it was pause your video in the middle of that dance.
Yeah.
I just that's how I feel today. I'm gonna take that with me. Gil, we're so appreciative of you being here, kicking it off, and just giving us endless inspiration.
Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'm gonna have to redo my makeup. You always bring tears to my eyes, but they're good tears. They're happy, loving tears that make me so appreciative of you. Folks, you can support Gil, watch more of his amazing spoken word performances on Instagram and Facebook. You can find him at Gill Sotu. If his words touched you today, please follow him on social and maybe even reach out and say thank you.
Yeah.
Marni can reach out. We're a community, right? Sometimes we forget that. Like, we can reach out to each other and say, thank you. You touched me today. So, Gil, have a beautiful day. I hope you're going to stick with us, but thank you so much.
And Gil will be back in 2 weeks. So
yes,
on July 31st.
Kick us off again.
Right. See you guys later.
Bye, Gil. Thank you.
Thanks, Gil.
So a few months back, I got a performance that included these two incredible, heartfelt teen poets, and I was just floored. Yes, I was also in tears. So I'm really delighted to be introducing these young women, both of whom have been named teen poet laureates who are going to speak on our theme. We're going to be starting with Sasuke Kiel. And Sasa is an 18-year-old multimedia artist, writer, and the 2021 Montgomery County Youth Poet Laureate. She is a co-author of I Am the Night Sky and Other Reflections by Muslim American Youth, and the artist behind A Man Who Was Lynched Yesterday project. Sasa is also a brown belt in Tung Soo Do and a frequent maker of mistakes. Sasa will be reading a poem based on the theme, What the World Needs Now. Welcome, Sasa.
Thank you so much. It's so good to be here. I just want to say I've never heard Gil perform. I've never seen or read his poetry. And so just being able to witness that just now was amazing. And I was snapping off camera. So I just want you to know that.
Yeah, totally.
And I will be following Gil, and y'all should too. So yes, I read a poem today on the theme, What the World Needs Right Now. And as of right now, it doesn't quite have a name, but I hope y'all will enjoy as I read it out for you. To know what the world needs in this moment is to be wiser than I. To be wiser than this poet whose only notion of freedom is the pen in her hand, who's only ever known peace and justice as things that exist in a dream world. But if pressed, if I had to guess, then maybe I'd say the world needs more dreams, more fantasies unbridled by the harsh realities of harm and human, more people who dream like children, fully believe, fully invest their time in every word, idea, and rhyme that could be like if Black boys believed they could fly and spent their time crafting wings from grit, love, and old dusty pages, soaring and reaching all those lofty places like college, like no longer having to fight for their lives, or if Black girls believed they were invincible, walked through the world unharmed by all the hands that touch without asking, the eyes that gaze with scorn, the mouths like scythes that cut them down every time they dare to believe that they are something. They are something. And here they dream a world where others believe it too. I dream a land unlike this one. A new world that would look like my people, would taste like apple crisp and smell like fresh rain and clay, meaning it would be like all the best things, like us, like hurt but healing and full of life, joyful and full of all the invaluable and most beautiful, a world of peace, justice, and union, and maybe all this be but a poet's fancy. Still, I dare to dream a world and build new things from scratch. And maybe that's what the world needs right now. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much.
That was beautiful.
Well, I know we're blessed to have them. Thank you, Sasa, so much. Next, we're going to be bringing on Marissa Michel. She served as the 2020 Prince George's County Youth Poet Laureate. She's received multiple national gold medals for poetry in the Scholastic Arts and Writing Awards. Marissa was also a 2020 American Voice nominee and the 2020 Diaz-Madison Poetry Prize recipient. Her newest works can be found in the Rising Phoenix Review, the Bridgewater International Poetry Festival, Love Letters to the Mothers and Fathers of the African Diaspora, and elsewhere. And Marissa's going to be reading a poem entitled To Exist Here Forever. Welcome, Marissa.
Thank you. Firstly, let me say thank you for having me, because it is truly an honor to be here among such incredible and talented writers. Sasa and Gil are huge acts to follow, but I am just so happy to be here today. My poem is titled To Exist Here Forever. It's about appreciating the present and the fact that we are alive right now, which is especially significant given the events of the past year and a half. So to me, it's about valuing who we are and where we are, and that's what I think the world needs now. To exist here forever. My mother's shadow makes itself a god. In the hours when evening chaos decrescendos into empty night nothingness, a god in that I fear I will never live up to it, please it, rest from chasing it, with the knowledge that I am enough, that I could ever become enough. A god in that I break moonlight into offering and ask her shadow what the future holds. Yesterday, as cicadas split the earth, the wind echoed their haunting, forceful cry, a tortured hymn, a declaration of emergence, repeating, we are here, we are here, we are here. And the children listened, set their footsteps to the rhythm of the natural world, cleaved the silence of infant hours to welcome new beginnings. The children tilted their heads to the heavens and watched as the ink-black birds tore through the clouds. And as I too turned my eyes upward, I wanted nothing more than to delve into the morning's promise of adventure. A promise that broke, has broken, is breaking, will break again. A promise nonetheless, and one I treasure. For as I stared into the sun directly, the trees told me the day was endless and infinite, and I believed them. Believed, believe, will believe again. The moon doesn't lie to the earth's cracked children. The moon guides the river as it parts through the world's absurdities. The moon says, we are composed of stardust and mud and water lilies. The moon says, eternity exists in threads. Find them here. Eternity is in the siren of an ice cream truck, in the thud of a basketball pounding against gravel, in the laughter that erupts from a newborn. Eternity is those mundane moments, the ones whose reliability we are so certain of, we do not realize their impermanence until they are fleeting. Hold on to those moments. For now, we simmer in heat and noise and normalcy. Pick the sweetest words, ravage dandelions for wishes, break bones, crack walls, forge onward towards a searing, scorching someday. I emerge and return and fade again. I've learned that we yearn only to feel the warmth of distant suns, to look around the world and call it home, to smile, if only for another moment, to let our voices join the cacophony of this land chanting, we are here, we are here, we are here. And we are, for today, for tomorrow, and in some way for forever. And maybe that is enough. Thank you.
Wow.
Beautiful.
I'd like to get social media handles for these two ladies so we can drop them in the comments. Those were both amazing. Thank you so much. Wow.
Yeah,
Good job,
there's
Marni.
just this purity of spirit, and they're just speaking such, truth from their hearts. You could feel it when I saw them, and I just knew they had to come help us kick off the festival.
Yeah, thank you, ladies, for joining us. That was amazing.
Thank you, Sasa and Marissa. We hope you come back next year.
Absolutely.
And now it's my pleasure to introduce Tanya Pripatnevich. She's the author of a poetry collection, November Butterfly and Heart's Compass Tarot, Discover Tarot Journaling, Create Your Own Cards. Tanya is not only a teacher at San Diego Writers, Inc., she's also joined the adjunct faculty at Antioch University, and someone I'm proud to call a friend and one of the most beautiful poets I know. So
Thank you, Marni.
Yeah, we're denied. You're going to read today your poem, I Tried and Read the Name of Your Perfume, which we're first going to hear it in English, and then we're going to hear it in Spanish by Marja Paulino.
Thank you so much, Marni. I just wanted to say that was phenomenal. I have renewed joy and faith about our world after hearing Gil read, and those beautiful poetry by Sasa and Marissa. Just moved. I try to read the name of your perfume. I dodge unmasked walkers on the silver strand, rebreathe stale breaths beneath the pajama fabric of my mask. Toddlers and oncoming strollers stare. Yesterday, unmasked, I could have smiled at them. Sunlight slips over the kestrel sculpture made of spoons in my father's house. Anderson Cooper shows viewers the divot in the haircut he gave himself. Cuomo broadcasts sweating from basement quarantine. We binge watch Joe Exotic, Fleabag, Ozark. The coyotes on the Russian River yip by night, prehistoric silver sips. People in Marin howl now too, I'm told. I pull Tarot's Tower card, the lovers next. Chile, Iceland, Denmark, India, San Diego, Mexico, and Maine. Facebook Live, Snotum Carr's morning circle, guitar in her arms. We chant, we sing from home, 700, 800, 1K, the counter counts, thread of heart emojis like a diver's bubbles on the screen, our upraised palms to sky. For father on a ventilator, for auntie who won't ever see one, for grandma living with her 2 dogs in Texas, for the pregnant mother in ICU, for the 12 pages of Boston obituaries, for the ER doctor who took her life. 3 times we hold our breath, once for the self, once for the circle's every prayer, a 3rd time for time itself, all beings, every heart beating despite suspended breath. I dream in perpetual Zoom, gallery view. I see you propped on pillows, your dresser behind you. I try to read the name of your perfume, the spines of the books on your shelf. Forget to unmute my audio and my turn to speak. My house shrunk, a wooden star afloat on a sea, the red tide churns bioluminescent blue, a tsunami's curling wave at every sill. I hold my breath, raise my palms to the ceiling and sing.
Beautiful. All of these are just gorgeous. And now Marcia is going to be reading for us in Spanish.
Thank you so much for having me here. I mean, thank you, Gil, thank you, Sasa, Marissa, and of course, Tanya. And yes, now, this is the name of the poem Tanya has read. Trato de leer el nombre de tu perfume. Me alejo de caminante sin mascarilla en Silver Strand. Respiro, de nuevo, alientos rancios bajo la pijama de tela de mi mascarilla. Chiquillos en cochecitos se acercan mirando. Ayer, sin cubrebocas, pude haberles sonreído. La luz del sol se resbala sobre la escultura del halcón, hecha de cucharas en la casa de mi padre. Anderson Cooper le muestra a los espectadores el agujero en el corte del cabello que él mismo se hizo. Las transmisiones de Cuomo sudando por la cuarentena en el sótano. Maratoneamos con Joe Exotic, Fleabag, Osa. Los coyotes en el Russian River se quejan en la noche. Prehistóricos sorbos de plata. La gente en Marina huye también. Eso me han dicho. Saco la carta de la torre del tarot. Los amantes, después. Chile, Islandia, Dinamarca, India, San Diego, México y Maine. Facebook Live, el círculo matutino de Snatham Kaur, la guitarra en sus brazos. Coreamos, cantamos desde casa, 700, 800, 1000. El conteo sigue. Línea de emojis de corazones como las burbujas de un buzo en la pantalla. Nuestras palmas hacia el cielo. Por el padre en el respirador. Por la tía, quien no verá uno. Por la abuela viviendo con sus 2 perros en Texas. Por la mujer embarazada en terapia intensiva. Por las 12 páginas de obituarios de Boston. Por la doctora de emergencias que se quitó la vida. 3 veces retenemos el aliento. Una vez por uno mismo, otra vez por cada círculo de oración, una tercera vez por el tiempo mismo, por todos los seres vivos, cada corazón latiendo, a pesar de la respiración detenida. Sueño en un Zoom perpetuo, vista en galería. Te veo, apoyado en almohadas, tu armario tras de ti. Trato de leer el nombre de tu perfume, los lomos de los libros de tu estante. Olvido activar mi audio cuando me toca hablar. Mi casa se encogió. Una estrella de madera flota en un mar donde la marea roja agita el azul bioluminiscente. La ola circular de un tsunami en cada alféizar. Retengo mi aliento, elevo mis palmas al techo y canto.
Wow. Thank you so much, Marja. I'd like to tell everyone the bios for all of these wonderful poets are on our website at sandiegowritersfestival.com if you want to go to the events. That was absolutely amazing, absolutely beautiful.